Yeah, hi everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Dr. WAN, and I'm here to talk about some poor eating habit, typically what I call dumping syndrome. As you can see on the thumbnail image of that clip, you notice that that plate has so many types of food. So you can imagine the quantity of food this person has to eat in one go. I do not consider this as a responsible eating. Second aspect is there is no green vegetable there. So this food categorically is disqualified for someone who is over 40 years of age. The danger here is you can suffer from so many medical conditions. I consider that plate dangerous in the sense that all what is inside is nothing but dead food. So your organs are at risk. If this person tells me that it is just for a party, then I will say somehow okay. But if it's something that you have to eat every day, I tell you, your days will be numbered. Now, if you want to live a decent life and you are over 35, then start practicing what I call plant-based diet. Plant-based diet will take you a long way. It will keep you away from going to see a doctor regularly or call it frequently. Plant-based diet, especially when they are well prepared, that is, they are supposed to be crunchy. When it's crunchy, your system is loaded with nitric oxide. Like I said in my other videos, nitric oxide is very important in the sense that it plays the role of a scavenger. A scavenger is like the plow truck that is used during snow here in North America to clear the way for traffic to keep going. When there's too much snow on the way, it becomes challenging driving. So that scavenger in your blood goes a long way to eliminate what we'll call atheroma. Atheroma is when you have so much plaque in your system, so you end up suffering from what we call atherosclerosis, meaning that your arteries and capillary, they tend to harden up, so they lose their flexibility, and that's why your blood pressure will definitely spike. So let's try to see how we can avoid this condition. And another bad news is when you keep eating this diet, that plaque builds up. You end up having kind of clogging. Clogging could occur even at the level of your arteries or your capillary. When this clogging takes place, you don't have enough oxygen, blood doesn't flow properly, so you ended up in a situation called bottleneck syndrome. Bottleneck is a situation where traffic moving 5 at the same time, side by side. And at some point, there is that restriction, meaning that there's work going on that road. So all those cars that were moving 5 side by side, they can't move at that same pattern and at the same speed. So they have to slow down and allow only one car to go at a time. So you can imagine how disastrous it can be, especially when the 5 cars are on a high speed. So that's the same situation that happens with your body when you are eating food like this one. The chances of you developing heart failure, heart attack, all sorts of things during a party is very, very high. So I do encourage anyone, if you go to a party ground and find meal of this nature, the first thing will be to ask yourself if you have to consume everything. If you are obese or your waist to hip ratio is greater than 1, then I will say do not get yourself involved in this situation because you might end up suffering from dumping syndrome. I made a video to explain what is hip to waist ratio. I do not want to be explaining it again here, otherwise this clip becomes quite long and boring to most people. So you simply go back and find out what is hip to waist ratio, study it, and I do recommend it for every male that it should be less than 1. If it's over 1, then be careful when you go to party grounds. So that's the important thing here. Now, when you consume food that is plant-based, you do have enough nitric oxide. That nitric oxide is a vasodilator. So it helps to clear all the gunks in your arteries and in your capillaries. So the chances of you suffering from heart attack, heart failure is very, very slim, I assure you. But if you choose to go this way of dumping syndrome by eating all the gunks in a party and you know that you are obese, then have yourself to blame. Another bad news is, after eating what you see on the thumbnail, you engage in drinking frozen beer. That makes it worse because that coldness in that beer goes to create what we call vasoconstriction. So you can imagine what can happen to you in a couple of hours' time. So that's my advice here. I know it's a party, but it doesn't mean that you need to eat everything you see on the table. If it is green, I will say get as much as you can, provided your kidney is also good, because green, or call it plant-based diet, do contain a higher quantity of oxalic acid. So that oxalic acid, they are all found in green leafy vegetable. So if you are having trouble with your kidney, then green leafy vegetable should not be consumed every day. Now, to make life much more easier, I will encourage more of onion, more of ginger, more of garlic. Those 3 components are very important in the sense that they help to bring down your cholesterol. They help also to increase your pancreas sensitivity, like so you produce not enough insulin. And another important thing is gastroparesis. Gastroparesis is that situation where you are not able to empty your stomach for a certain period. Say, for instance, you ate in a party and the next morning you are not able to empty your bowel. So meaning that there's something going wrong there. And you need to see what to do. It's quite common at a certain age, say over 45, 50, people start suffering from gastroparesis. Technically, it means slow stomach emptying. So that's why I recommend you to engage in taking more of garlic, onion, ginger. Ginger has that effect of emptying the stomach. So it does a good job in that case. So you need to get use of such things. It brings down also your blood pressure and also helps in the pancreas to make it function properly. So that's the advantages of going plant-based. So get this thing, they are not that expensive. If you're living in North America, you simply go to a grocery shop and get this thing there. Another important thing is aging. When you make use of plant-based diet, you age slowly. That's the good news. There are no advanced glycation end product in such a plate which is plant-based. Whereas if it is what you are seeing on my thumbnail, I will call it nonsense. Except you want to tell me it is only for a party, then that's fine. If not, I will say do not engage yourself in eating this every day. Another important thing is activity. If you make it a habit of consuming what is on my thumbnail, do practice also some physical activity. Even if there is snow outside, that is none of your business. You can practice what I call tiptoeing. Tiptoeing is quite easy. If you live in a house, you simply move from your bedroom to the kitchen or to the parlor, back to bedroom, kitchen to parlor. If you make 50 trips, I will just say even 30 in the morning, that should be fine. It is the same thing as going out and carry on a marathon. For those of you who are diabetic patients, I will tell you, do not, for any reason, engage yourself in a marathon. If you have to do any activity, I will call it brisk walking. And that brisk walking should last just for 30 minutes. Do not go beyond that because you risk finding yourself in a situation called hypoglycemia. So to avoid that condition, you keep your physical activity for 30 minutes. Those doing it indoor, I would say same thing also if you are a diabetic patient. Do it for 30 minutes. And the simpler thing again, it is tiptoeing. When you're tiptoeing and also clap your hands as you're doing that, you can equally wheel your hands while you are moving from your room to the kitchen or to the parlor and back. You can do it series of 30 minutes duration, and that should be great for you. So that is my advice to everyone. For those who are below 30 years of age, that's okay. You can eat the way you want. By the way, your physical structures can permit you also to get those things down. So the heart is still good. The organs are still working perfectly. So that's fine. You don't have so much thing to get worried for. Now, coming back to blood works. You need to also make sure you get your blood works checked at least once every 6 months. Because looking at that plate, the type of food that is inside can spike what we call your cholesterol value. So you can imagine how many eggs is there and all sorts of stuff. So that is my advice. Get this blood works checked. Get your kidney checked at least once every 6 months. So technically twice a year, that should be fine. Once those organs are working, I tell you, you have a better chance of living longer and avoid going to see any medical doctor. So those are some of the things that you need to know. I've just reiterated again the importance of eating decently. Eating decently, it means that your plate must contain green, leafy vegetable, not what I have on my thumbnail. for those who are over 35 years of age and they have waist to hip ratio more than 1. If your hip to waist ratio is less than 1, then I would say, yeah, you can eat what you want. Another important thing here again is to check what we call endothelial dysfunction. This food is not great for someone suffering from endothelial dysfunction. Typical example is you might have what we call erectile dysfunction, even though you may be skinny, but you're suffering from that condition. So that one is very important. So get yourself checked for endothelial dysfunction and make sure that you are doing the right thing. If you still don't understand anything with regards to this my video clip, please do not hesitate to contact me. I'm available to assist you. My name is Dr. WAN. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, share the links with anyone, and remember, there is only one you. Keep it at that. Thank you. Ciao.